Hi, this is Sarita LaRoche. It is such a pretty day. I should be spending it outside, but I think I want to paint. Let's go into the studio. Okay, so here we are. I'll just show you what I have already done so that I can get you up to speed. This will be a fairly long video because I'm not going to cut out any parts. I know some of you like to see things just the way they happen. I will put chapters though for those of you who want to speed up and see things, see the highlights of things. So this is a 12 by 12 deep edge canvas. I'm loving this size and this brand. This is the brand Edge. It's always really taut and I feel like the paint really sticks well. I did a painting yesterday, which I'll put an info card up top because it will have been a previous video. I'm just going to let you take a peek at it. It's almost completely dry. Here it is. And I really love the deep edge with all the striations of the paint. So I'm kind of sticking to pastels. I have all of these Decoart Satin Enamels that I had kind of hoarded during the pandemic when it was hard to find. So I'm using this mixed with colors. So like, for example, this pink is the satin enamel mixed with this quinacridone magenta to give me this kind of bubblegum pink. And so that is this color right here. And then I also have a rose madder, which is just mixed with floetrol and a tiny dash of water. I have this really lovely red blue iridescent color that I've just been wanting to use, and as I was mixing these pinks I thought this would be fun. And then I have the Decoart Satin Enamel Pearl, which is one of my all-time favorite paints, period. Anytime I can have a chance to throw this in, I do. So I have a nice big cup of that. And then because of yesterday's painting that I just showed you, I had some leftovers. I made way too much paint. So I have this really pretty rose gold. I made a lot of this dioxazine purple mixed again with the satin enamel white. I have a little bit left of aqua green. And this is a tiny bit of Prussian blue mixed with the satin enamel. So the reason I mix with the satin enamel is for a couple of reasons. It gives kind of a chalky effect, kind of a flat paint chalky effect. You can really see it on this painting that I did yesterday. I don't know, there's just something cool about the way it ends up drying. And when you mix it with other paints that have a glossier texture, you will get cells and different things popping up. So we shall see. So let me take these colors and I'm going to put them in a cup. So I would like the first thing I put in the cup is the last thing that comes out of the cup, and that's going to kind of be on the top of my composition. So I usually like to end with a light. So I'm going to put a little bit of my pearl white in there and some of this pink. Here we go. And then I'm going to throw a dash of my rose gold. There it is, just like that. And then I'm going to actually just start to pour. So that those are kind of layered, but now I'm going to do like a dirty pour for the rest of the stuff here. I'm focusing mainly on the new colors, but I will throw in some of these older ones, especially the ones that I just want to finish out. I am moving my studio very soon, within a few weeks. So I've been going through everything. Anything that is just about to be emptied, I'm trying to use it. I know that's not always the most creative way to say that I'm coming up with a painting, but I have a lot of paint supplies and I would prefer not to move things that I don't need to move. So, okay, I used all of that. I'm gonna throw in a little bit more of this pink, and I definitely want this rose madder in there. Let's give it a little bit more purple. The reason I'm just pouring it straight in, I'm not making any layers like I often do, is I want these different consistencies to mix and to have an effect because they mixed. So I saved my pearl white because I'm going to use it right here, and just to get the ball rolling. And then I'm going to take this lovely cup of paint and I'm just going to pour it straight on. I'm going to kind of pour higher than usual because I want the mixing. I don't mind in this particular case for these colors to mix. If I was using colors like yellow and black, I wouldn't do that because I don't want them to turn into that like awful green color. But here we go. All right, ready? Now what I did for the last painting yesterday is I didn't stretch, and it is possible that I will be doing the same thing today. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to stretch or not, because it came out cool without doing anything. I just really leveled it well yesterday. I can tell I'm not as well leveled today. I leveled it really well and it just fell off the sides at its own pace. So that's why I had the edges all pre-painted in the event that I decide not to level it. So I'm pretty sure I put enough paint that it will do its thing. So I'm going to give it a second. There's lots of bubbles because I poured up high, and I'm going to use my torch. This is not the best torch that you can get out there. If you watch my videos though, it is the one I use and it works. So I don't change what works, but it's a little rickety tickety, I will admit. And it doesn't always clip onto the gas canister perfectly. So sometimes it jiggles, which is a little bit frightening. I was really lucky that my 4-year-old, who is my studio assistant, was very willing to let me be in here alone today. So that's why I'm talking. I don't usually talk because I want her to be a part of everything, and I have no idea what's going to come out of her mouth. So, and also I'm not trying to put her out in front. I just want her to be able to naturally do what a 4-year-old does. So she is off with her big brother right now, and she's letting me paint, which is a treat. Mom by herself. So I know that I want, if I do like I did yesterday and just let it pour off at its own rate, so then I'll have kind of an equal amount of pour off on each side. I'm likely to do that, but I'll just give it a little help. I'm just gonna give a little help here and bring the weight of the paint back, and that'll just speed things up a little for me so that I can look at the composition and see if it's doing anything that I like. I'm not moving it a lot because I do want to see if any cells naturally pop up from the different consistencies of paint. This is a palette I don't think I've ever used. My daughter has been urging me to explore pink and purple, and so lately that's what I've been going towards. I think if I just pick a color at random, I will somehow always go towards Prussian blue. That's kind of my go-to color, along with this pearl white, which I still have a little, so we'll end up seeing another video, I'm sure, with the pearl white. I have a little extra pink. I'm just going to cover little bald spot I see here and let it drip off on its own. Some people ask me why sometimes I put a base coat, sometimes I don't. I mean, honestly, to me, a lot of this is just fun. I mean, whether the painting comes out good or not, I'm having fun doing this. So sometimes I feel like having a base coat and sometimes I don't. And both ways just give different reactions. That's it. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. If I feel like I really have a technique that would do best with the base coat, then I put a base coat. And in this case, I really wanted the pink corners to be there in case I don't stretch. So that's why I did that ahead of time. But I don't always do that. And I'm just looking to see what's bubbling up, what's coming up. I do have a little bit of stuff happening here. I just continue to torch to see what mixes. I'm a little surprised by the way this rose gold mixed right next to the blue-red iridescent color. It kind of has a weird sand color now. It lost that kind of coppery tone, almost. So I don't quite like the way that color is looking. Maybe it'll look different when it's dried because then the real metallic will show through. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put you on time lapse and you can watch this develop. And if I choose to do something significant, I will bring you in.